I want to share 3 additional simple suhoor tips for you to incorporate or to have alone at your suhoor. I saw a great response to the apple cider vinegar clip, and so I wanted to give you some more tips, inshallah. These are all only 2 ingredients as well, and so they're very easy. I'm sure you can sense a theme here. So this is just water and dates. This is just salt and water, and this is teen with zaytun. This is dried figs and olive oil. So the first one, this is called Nabi's. It's a favorite drink of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can make this with either dates or raisins. Basically, what Nabi's is soaked dates that you either soak in the morning and then enjoy the water portion of it in the evening, or you start the soaking in the evening, which is what I did, so that I can enjoy this at suhoor, the water portion. Some people do blend up the whole thing and enjoy that, so that's fine too. The hadith that I found was narrated by Aisha radiallahu anha, and she spoke of how she would empty out the vessel after 12 hours. If you want to keep it a little bit longer, you can leave it for 2 to 3 days in the fridge, but don't leave it for longer out in room temperature because it will start to ferment and become alcoholic, and we don't want that. So it's very refreshing. It's so nice, and this is something that I recommend as well as a nice light beverage to have for your suhoor. If I were to have this, I will usually either have it alone, or I'll add a little bit of the salt water, which I'll talk about in a bit. But going back to Nabi's, the dates, right? So dates have a ton of benefits. Here I'm using just the normal, here we go, majdul date. And so this date, which you are all familiar with, is al-rutab. It is at the final stage of development. This is when you have your nice, soft, chewy, sweet date. Fresh dates have other amazing properties. For example, fresh dates are really good for childbirth, labor, delivery. They act as a uterine tonic. They assist with uterine contractions and help with strengthening the uterine muscles. But anyway, we're talking about the ripe, juicy dates here. So that's what I've done here. I kind of just open them up and put them in. I make sure that I keep as much of the inside as possible. So I make sure that the date seed is clean like this. Let me try to focus. Okay. So all the white stuff that's inside, all that white film is very important. That white film is full of essential minerals, especially potassium. So that's what I put right now. I added some water. I'm going to close it up and leave it out room temperature and then enjoy this for suhoor. Some additional benefits of dates. So dates are actually really high in water-soluble vitamins, which is why this is so great, because the water will extract a lot of those vitamins and minerals, such as thiamine, vitamin B1, which I've posted about before. It's basically an essential nutrient that's so important for nervous system health, balancing hormones, and so many things, but it also really helps. Thiamine helps with the digestion of sugars, and so dates have a lot of sugar. So that's amazing that the date was created this way. It also has biotin and bioavailable folic acid, which is folic acid that's easy to absorb. It has iron, potassium, sulfur, magnesium, all the good stuff, phosphorus. It also has lutein, which is really good for eyesight. So that is this beautiful drink right here. Some people will blend it up and have it that way. I honestly just drink the water, and that's what I read from one of the hadith about how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Aisha radiallahu anha, when she would prepare it for him, she would soak it in the morning or the evening, and he would have it in the morning or the evening respectively, and then she would throw everything out and rinse out the vessel. So that's how I like to have it. Now, sometimes I'll add a little bit of soleil. Soleil, it's spelled S-O-L-E. It's pronounced Soleil. This is basically saturated water solution. You can't really see because I've already pre-saturated this. I always have this running. Basically, you would fill this up, this glass container, with a quarter of salt, a good quality salt. Nobody should be using table salt anymore. A good quality salt like Himalayan's pink salt, volcanic salt, real salt from lakes, Celtic salt, things like that. So this is Himalayan pink salt. It has over 80 trace minerals in it. It's amazing. So this is basically an electrolyte dense brine. You fill it up. Okay, so as I mentioned, a quarter of salt, the rest with water, and then the water will soak up all of the salt. And if you're left with just a little bit of salt on the bottom, then you know that it's saturated. If you have a clear solution, just add a little bit more salt until it looks like this. So how am I suggesting that you drink salt water? Well, this is basically different. We've been led to fear salt, which is not correct. I think we should fear table salt. We should fear all the processed foods and everything. But salt is essential for life. Basically, this is electrically charged, meaning the minerals in this drink are much more easily absorbed by the body. And it helps to maintain our fluid balance. It helps with the kidneys to help them to eliminate wastes and toxins. And it's just a really easy way to get all of these wonderful trace minerals in your body. So what I'll usually do, I'll either add this to my vinegar drink or I'll add it to my my date water drink here. So I'll take about this much, and that's about how much I'll put in here. I'm not doing that right now because so I'll put about 2 teaspoons worth in my drink. It doesn't make you thirsty. If anything, it's refreshing. I feel so much more energetic, clear, like an extra bounce to my step when I have this. So I recommend this, especially in Ramadan when electrolyte balance is really, really important. So here are 2 examples. And so the next one that I have here is figs and olive oil. Tuatini wa zaytun. This is in the Quran, and it's also in the Bible. But basically, we know that figs and olive oil are very, very healthy. Olive oil, you always want to make sure is virgin, cold pressed. And it's really not hard to find cold pressed because the olive fruit is easy to extract oil from. But basically, olive oil is high in healthy monounsaturated fats. Think about every cell in your body is, the outer layer, the cell wall, is a lipid bilayer. It's a fatty layer. And so you want to make sure that the fats that you're taking in and that are making up your body are healthy fats. You really want to stay away from industrial seed oils like canola, vegetable oil, all these really heated and refined processed oils. They're very inflammatory and damaging. You want cold processed, beautiful oils like this, even for your skin, actually especially for your skin too. So that's what I have. And then I have some dried figs. So dried figs have a lot of phenol, antioxidants, and nutrients. They're great for respiratory health, reproductive health, so many things. And it tastes really good. It's like a nice combination, actually. My father used to do this all the time. He would also add black seeds into the mix, and he would have it. And just like apple cider vinegar that he would have, I didn't like any of it, but I, of course, grew accustomed to appreciating these things. So the combination provide really great, strong anti-inflammatory properties, large amounts of antioxidants. And then the olive oil as well is really good for your cognitive health. I'm all about brain health, cognitive health, whatever can keep us smarter. So there you have it, 3 additional healthy suhoor ideas. I hope this helps, and I hope you're having a wonderful Ramadan, inshallah.